Hey everybody, what's up? How you doing? Good evening. So I'm laying here in my bed and I was sitting here just get channeling a lot of messages. Like it's funny because I was about to watch another YouTube video. I just finished watching one of my favorite YouTubers. Um so after watching Angelic Guidance 333 video, I was sitting here in my dimly lit room. As you can see, I got the lights hanging over the thing. That's the only light that's lit up. So I'm getting a lot of messages from God and Spirit above, whoever you praise to or whoever you believe in. I believe in God and I believe that He sends me messages and He wants me to just relate it to people's. So He was telling me to do this. He was saying that there's a message you need to get out. Put it out there, let people know. So yesterday I was on my way to an appointment. No, today. Sorry. Today I was on my way to, well, by the time you see this, it'll be Tuesday. I recorded this today, Monday. So while I was on my way to my appointment, I had a vision of a woman who got into a car crash. Her car flipped over and she was African American. She had a mask on her face, and as her car was tumbling over in the street, she was gasping for air. So being that she had the mask over her face and she had the seatbelt on, it was kind of restricted her breathing. It was constricted her breathing, and her eyes was popping wide open. She had like how you say it, nice curly fro, a curly hair or whatever it is. So a lot of females out here like to wear their hair naturals. I don't know how you call it, what's the name of that style, but I like it. It's a natural hairstyle where it's very curly and it's thick. And she's a young African American woman. She looks like she's in her 30s. And she got hit from behind. And she wasn't even seeing, she didn't see it coming. So this car crash happened very quick. Her car was tumbling over, and when it stopped tumbling over, she was stuck in her seat, gasping for air, and she passed out. She didn't die, she just passed out. And the rest is a kind of a blur because I didn't get to see what happened next. But I know she got hit on her way to work, probably, and she had a blue mask on her face, and she had nice almond shaped eyes, and she was driving a gray car. I don't know if it's a Corolla, but something keeps telling me it's a Toyota Corolla. But she was probably on her way to work, and she had a mask on her face, and somebody hit her from behind. I hope to God that she's okay. I hope and pray that she had made it out of that car crash alive and well. I don't like to see things like this, and I don't like to do things like this, like give readings on this, but it was kind of bothering me, and it was playing all over in my head over and over all day as I was going about my business, doing my, going to my appointment and everything, because I had an appointment today for my esophagus, and I kept getting the vision, and then I had got another vision on the way back home that I would be into an accident, but it's like a minor accident. Somebody just bumped me, and I was in a cab. But thank God I alerted the cab driver to take another route home, because the way that we was going, everybody goes the same way, and people tend to speed down that road. And it's always around 3 to 5 o'clock in the evening where people is always trying to speed home through that way, because I'm coming down from Fordham Road, and from Fordham Road down to my house, whoever knows that area and you from the Bronx, you know how it is rush hour time. Whether it's in the morning or afternoon, rush hour is the worst. So if you're just now getting home and it's between 3 and 5 o'clock, your chances of getting hit with traffic is 100%. Like, is most likely you're going to get hit with traffic. Your chances on seeing accidents is 50-50. And so far, we saw 2 accidents happen, not that day, but during that month. Between last month and this month, I went to my appointments that was both located up in the Fordham Road section of the Bronx. And one of the cars that got into an accident accidentally hit a van, and then a truck got hit by a UPS truck. And it was like 2 accidents happening, and the same way. They both got hit from the back end, and neither one of the drivers wanted to take responsibility for their actions. So what did they do? They get into arguments. And I thought it was going to lead into a fight because they both got out of the car and started screaming at each other. And I felt like it was no point of doing that. Just take each other's insurance down, take the information down, and call a tow truck or whatever and get your truck towed. But they wanted to argue. And I was like, people who tries to fight their way out of a situation is not going to be successful at it. At the end, you're just going to get arrested because you look like the aggressor. And I'm starting to see this at every car accident out here. The person who gets angry the quickest are most likely going to the precinct, getting arrested and going to jail for this, because instead of them thinking about what happened, and instead of them thinking first before they act first before they think, and they always try to throw a fist. I don't like that. So I saw that happen, and the guy who was the aggressor, he was held in the car, in a cop car, until he calmed down. After that, I didn't see no more because I was in a cab, so we were just sitting at the light when it happened. But the cab drove off, so I didn't get to see the rest that happened. But most likely he was ticketed for that, and he had to pay a fine. So another message I got while I was looking at my tarot card readings on YouTube was Etta Mines, who felt so embarrassed and ashamed about how we ended things. He's having trouble coming to me. Now, I don't know who it is because it's a couple of people from my past who I got into a heated argument with. Some of them turned into a really bad fight, and we both walked away from each other. It wasn't just one person walking away from the other. We both walked away from each other. And that's a couple of relationships of mine. So I can't tell or pinpoint who it is specifically. But what I could say is that with every fiber in my being, I'm being patient about everything. I don't expect for things to come my way at a drop of a dime. And God always tells me to slow down. Things will come to you when you least expect it. You keep manifesting, you keep praying, you keep asking for what you want. God hears you. God hears and sees everything. So knowing that He heard my cry, He heard my plead, I'm sure He's going to bless me with what I've been asking for. And whatever is coming my way, He's sending it very slowly, because this guy, whoever he is, like I said, I don't know which S is this, but he had a lot of healing to do and a lot of thinking to do. He had to reflect on his life, and he had to think about how things were and how he wants to get things back to the way it were, to the way it was. And what he said was right. Sometimes you cannot get things back to the way it was because things wasn't as pretty as you thought it was, and things got so brutal to the point that it made both of us walk away because we was fighting so much to the point that we couldn't even bear it at all. So with that being said, I wanted to continue on with this vision that I had, that I want to let this person know, because apparently I was told more than once that my ex that's looking at my videos, and like I say, it's a couple of my exes looking at my videos, so I don't know which one, who it is, but I'm ready to have a conversation if you are. I'm ready to have the sit down talk. I don't know who it is that's supposed to be coming my way, But there's no reason for you to be scared. There's no reason for you to be embarrassed. Everybody has that moment in their life when they know they was wrong, but they too embarrassed to admit that they was wrong. But to make things right and to get over the fear of sheer embarrassment, just face the problems. Nip everything in the butt and everything will come out right the way you want it. And if you trying to make things right with me, the person that you've been thinking about and you're still in love with, I suggest you say to yourself, how can you go about things the right way? Like, what suggestions like anybody can give you? Think of certain things to talk about. Like, if you want to break the ice so that we both won't have to like be so intense with each other, it wouldn't hurt to tell a joke or whatever like that. Just keep it light, because like I said, I'm not trying to scare nobody off. I'm not trying to make nobody feel bad, because I already got over my past hurt. I got over everything that was being said to me and done to me. Yes, I was hurt for a little while about what certain people said to me and what people did to me. Some things I can never forgive a person for, but that's the reason why God has sent me down to another path, and the right path to get over that person and to make my life right. Now, I'm in the process of keeping my life straight and do right by God. I don't know what the other person is doing. I don't know how that person is feeling, but I've been okay for the most part. I have no regrets. My only regret is to not let that person know how I really felt. For those who I have not had that type of talk with or been clear about my feelings for them, but I wanted to just keep some things to myself, because it's just when you try to let a person know how you feel and you want to let the person know what you want, sometimes it just don't go that way, and people don't take that, they don't care, put it like that. They don't take it lightly, but they don't care at the same time. So it's like, what do? You waste your own time. And I feel like I wasted my time talking about these things, because I'm like, do you really care? Do you really care that I want a real relationship? I want a bond, a loving marriage. I want kids. I want a beautiful, beautiful life with this person who I could be myself with, who I could laugh and cry with, who I could have happy days with. That's what I really wanted. And I want to give my man the world, and I want my man to give me the world. And that's how things are supposed to be, but sadly it's not. So with that being said, I just, like I say, I wanted to let him know that it's okay. Take your time if you need to, but there's no reason to be scared or, embarrassed about anything, because like I say, you already learned your lesson. I'm sure God has spoken to you. God that has made you see the light and made you see your wrongs. So hopefully once you come to me, you'll know what to say and what to do. And let's just talk and take it from there on.